I was 15, my parents punished me for stealing money after my brother pointed at me and said it was him. Months later, a bank statement came up in a family argument, and the story finally cracked. I was 15 when I learned that blood doesn't make you family. It just gives people a free pass to bleed you dry. My older brother Mark was the golden child. He was 18, a varsity track star, and could do absolutely no wrong in my parents' eyes. I was the quiet one, the one who stayed in his room, kept his head down, and saved every penny from mowing lawns just to feel a sense of independence. It all shattered on a Tuesday evening. My dad stormed into the living room, his face purple with rage, holding an empty manila envelope. Who took it? He screamed. $500 was missing from the emergency cash stash in his office desk. Before I could even process what was happening, Mark looked dead at me. He didn't even hesitate. He just pointed his finger and said, "It was him. I saw him sneaking out of your office yesterday." I froze. I stammered, trying to defend myself, but my words stumbled over each other in sheer panic. My parents didn't need proof. Mark's word was gospel. They didn't just ground me. They systematically destroyed my life. They took my phone, stripped my room down to a bare mattress, and worst of all, my dad marched into my room and emptied my personal savings jar to repay the stolen money. I cried for 3 days straight, not because of the cash, but because the people who were supposed to protect me didn't even give me a trial. Mark just watched. I'll never forget the sick, satisfied smirk on his face when Dad walked out of my room with my hard-earned money. For 6 months, I lived like a ghost in my own home. I stopped talking at dinner. I stopped looking my parents in the eye. I did my chores, went to school, and stayed completely silent. They thought they had disciplined a thief. They didn't realize they had killed their relationship with their youngest son. And came Thanksgiving. We had extended family over. Aunts, uncles, grandparents. Everyone was laughing, passing food, playing the perfect family. Mark had recently bought a brand new set of custom rims for his car. He claimed he paid for them through freelance graphic design work. During dinner, my dad started praising Mark's work ethic, loudly bragging to my uncle about how responsible his oldest boy was. My mom told Mark to go grab some more folding chairs from the garage. While he was gone, he left his iPad unlocked on the kitchen island. I walked by to get a glass of water and a notification popped up on his screen. An email from his bank. "Your monthly statement is ready." I don't know what possessed me, but I opened it. I scrolled back to May, the exact week my life was ruined. There it was. A cash deposit of exactly $500, made the morning after the money went missing from Dad's desk, followed immediately by an online purchase for those exact custom rims. My heart hammered against my ribs, but my mind went ice cold. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I clicked print. The wireless printer hummed in the corner of the dining room. Mark walked back in with the chairs just as I grabbed the fresh sheet of paper from the tray. I walked right up to the head of the table where my dad sat, beaming at his golden boy. I didn't say a single word. I just slid the bank statement onto my dad's plate. I had grabbed a pen and circled the cash deposit in thick black ink. "What is this?" my dad asked, annoyed at the interruption. Then he read it. The date. The exact amount. The word cash. The silence that fell over the crowded room was deafening. My mom looked over his shoulder. The color instantly drained from her face. Mark realized what they were looking at. "Hey, you can't go through my stuff!" he yelled, panic finally cracking his arrogant voice. "You deposited $500 in cash on May 12th? My dad whispered, looking up at Mark, his hands shaking. I saved it up," Mark stuttered, backing away. "It was the day after the envelope went missing," my uncle muttered, doing the math out loud for the whole table. The realization hit my parents like a freight train. They looked at Mark, squirming and sweating, and then they looked at me. My mom started to sob. "Oh my God, we took your savings." Dad reached out across the table to grab my arm. "Son," I stepped back. The coldness in my chest was the most empowering feeling in the world. "Don't touch me," I said, my voice dead calm but loud enough for every relative to hear. "You didn't raise a thief, but you definitely raised a liar." I looked at Mark, whose golden child armor lay, shattered in pieces in front of everyone he wanted to impress. "Keep my savings," I told my parents, staring dead into my dad's tear-filled eyes. "Consider it the price I paid to know exactly who you people are." I turned around and walked out the front door into the November cold. They tried everything after that. Begging, gifts, putting triple the money back into my bank account. But you can't buy back trust once you pawned it for a lie. I moved out the day I turned 18. They still call. I just let it ring.